As a chosen one, you are going to go through some very intense things in your life. These things can be mentally shocking. It can really shock you, really shake you up. They can be emotionally scarring, or they can be physically very painful. And the severity of how painful it is really just depends on what you went through. And chosen ones, we go through a lot of things, very traumatizing situations where it takes us a minute to recover from it. You know, it's like in the moment, it was probably one of the most horrible, scariest things that we ever could experience. But then the recovery it takes a minute. It takes a while. Like, that's not something that you can easily just quickly bounce back from. Like, it's stuff that takes months, maybe even years to get over. And there are some certain specific things that happened in your past that really, really just shook you up. I mean, it's those moments that when you think about it, like, you still may get on the verge of tears. Like, it still may just feel very heavy on you. And in those moments, you may try talking to somebody about it, and what you're telling them is just too heavy for them to handle. Like, they may have to just get up and walk away and excuse themselves from the conversation because they just cannot handle the magnitude of how heavy what you're saying is. 3-3 on my clock. And what happens is that those moments, it's kind of hard to describe a bit. Like, you can kind of describe what you've been through, but the aftermath and the shock that it does to you is very, very trying. And it's those moments where the best way that I can put this, and please pardon my French, chosen ones, we go through some shit, baby, that really fucks us up. Like, it really just fucked you up. Like, you have those moments where it really just messed you up. It really just tore you up. And you even wondered, how did you recover from that? How did you survive that? Exactly. God, baby. God brought you through that. And it was those moments where you had to pray in the moment to get out of that situation. And listen, when we go through stuff like that, sometimes, chosen ones, the only person that will truly understand what you've been through is you. And if you truly understand what you went through, that's okay. There are some things, chosen ones, that you may not be able to talk to another person about. You may not even be able to talk to a therapist about because they may not even be able to fully understand. And it's those things that you got to just pray to God about, because God's going to give you the answer. If you wonder why you went through it or what happened, pray to God and ask, because God's going to heal you from what you've been through.